So let me just pick up where I left off. I'm losing my voice, and I was going to do a podcast today or tonight. I still may do something tonight, depending upon how my voice is, but I'm starting to lose my voice after being out there continuously speaking for a little over 2 hours at the Gaston County Courthouse while they had the community expressions meeting. We had the community expression meeting outdoors, but indoors, they just had a public comment session doing regular county business of the commissioners. So it wasn't like they just called a special session of the commissioners and let people talk for an hour. Y'all know Tracy Philbeck from the start has tried to manipulate this issue over the Confederate monument by just little things that adds up. Like, for example, having a segregated list at the last meeting when he found out we were coming in there to speak on removing that beacon of white supremacy in front of Judge Gaston's courthouse. Judge Gaston, the abolitionist, William J. Gaston, look him up. But so he gonna create 2 lists because it ain't that many Confederates. Most of those y'all saw out there yesterday was from out of town. Okay, Bill Starnes is in a motorcycle. I'm gonna call him a club. I'm not gonna call him a gang because I don't know what criminal activities they may or may not be involved in. So I'm gonna just call him a motorcycle club. But apparently he had to call in some support from outside the county. Now we're gonna talk about outsiders coming in, then we need to talk about all of them. We need to talk about all of them. But when he set that list up where it was only 10 of them, then he's gonna limit the list, another list that was for relocation, to 10. Then it make it look like it's even when there was far more people there speaking out against that statute then showed up at the courthouse to argue that it remained in that location in front of Mr. Gaston's courthouse. All right. So he's been manipulating this the whole time. Now, just on the spur of a moment, at that first meeting when people first came about that statute, he out of the blue just recommends this council of understanding. Well, let's get this council of understanding together and we'll appoint some citizens and they'll decide the issue. They will come up with a recommendation, knowing the whole time that unless it went the way of the Neo-Confederates, that Tracy Philbeck was not going to honor that vote or was not going to accept that recommendation. And this is the second recommendation to come from such a body appointed by commissioners. And this second time they lost 7-5. They lost 7-5. Now, what is he saying? Since I wasn't indoors, I had to wait to get news from people who were there. And so I was reading a WFAE article because the lady also was covering what we were doing outside. And so now Tracy Philbeck is repeating the other nonsense about having a voter referendum. He's trying to turn a moral issue into a political issue. And I don't have it in front of me right now, but Judge William J. Gaston talked about when you have these moral issues about politicians not having a political spine to act on that moral issue in a way that produces justice. William J. Gaston talked about that in the 1800s, okay? And not relying on the mob. And he used the term mob, okay? Because again, he was living during a period, well, actually it was before the Civil War. So I was about to say he knew because of Jim Crow, but he died before the Civil War was even fought. But back then he was calling on North Carolinians to end slavery. And he was saying politicians have to do the moral thing and not act on the behest of the whims of racists, the mob, okay? That is what Tracy Philbeck is trying to do, but it's not that many of them. So now he's talking about, and he said this before, that we're gonna ask Raleigh, we're gonna ask a Republican dominated, and he's made it political, not me, but he said that we're gonna ask predominant Republican North Carolina legislator for permission to have a countywide vote. And I know he wants to try to tie it to the November election when he's hoping that many of his Trumpers are also Neo-Confederates. But I believe, and based off of anecdotal evidence and just people I talk to and what I've observed online, there's more Gastonites who are for removal than for keeping it there. And Tracy Fieldbeck can say he gets a lot of emails or calls in support of that Confederate statute. Tracy Fieldbeck is already a deceptive liar. So why would you believe anything he has to say? Where are they when we be out there demonstrating? They only show up. The only time they have come is when there have been a county meeting inside. And then we are outside as well as inside. So yesterday was the most people they ever had. They brought their motorcycle club, might have been 20 to 25 people, right? Most times it's only 5 of them out there, y'all. It's only 5. Well, it was only one other time that I can recall right now. It was only 5 of them, all right, of these Neo-Confederates. And so Tracy Fieldbeck has just escalated this situation even further than what he did when he lied to people, telling, insinuating. And I do believe some people told me they got screenshots. He did go tell people to protect Tony's. Now, I sometimes forget things, but they'll come to me later. But I remember seeing that post, and he told people to go protect Tony's. Paid thugs, they come to destroy our community. Then he changes it up to say, paid, just, telling people not to go to Tony's. He's had to remove posts before. The Gazette has an article about some racist posts he's made, and then somebody had to tell him, man, this is really inappropriate. Maybe you should take it down. One of his quote unquote friends told him that. This is the type of evil man that we're dealing with. And I don't use the word evil lightly. Okay? This man has caused all of this chaos in our county more than any other person. And I don't see any other person who has brought chaos to Gaston County. They can spin it however they want to, but Tracy Fieldbeck did that. Now he's talking about a referendum. And I said it out there yesterday. And those deputies know that I don't mean them no harm, just like they've relayed to us that they don't mean the protesters no harm. All right. So I've said out there in front of those deputies a number of times that if I'm going to be arrested, it's going to be after I come down from scaling that. 35 feet ain't nothing. Now I'm older now, but some of these young people told me they'll do it. But I have stated publicly, I'll take that misdemeanor. I've stated publicly, I will scale that 35-foot pedestal, and I'll take a ball peen hammer, and then your statue will be turned into rubble. Now, if y'all really care about that statue, y'all need to talk to Tracy Fieldbeck. I'm talking to Neo-Confederates now. If y'all want to preserve that false idol to your dead Confederates, y'all need the Daughters of the Confederacy, the Bill Starnes and them. You need to talk to Fieldbeck and tell him that y'all want it, that y'all will take it, or to gift it to the museum. Because if you don't, I promise you that statue will not be standing come November. We are not playing these political games. The community, all the evidence is out there that everybody needs to see. That the protesters and the people who have been silently protesting behind the scenes, but expressing themselves to us behind the scenes, okay, they have seen that we have been peaceful, we have been lawful, we've been orderly with our protests, we have been patient. We've been patient. But I said that day when Tracy Fieldbeck proposed the council understanding that this is a sham. And I also said, out of order, I was out of order, but they let me speak. But I was like, no, I'm not going to allow this sham. And I know they had already put out one person. I heard somebody got put out yesterday. But I stood up and I was like, this county attorney is sitting up here saying that there's nothing, quote unquote, legally we can do to remove that statute. Jonathan Sink is his name. Yeah, Jonathan Sink, the Gaston County attorney. And then he's lying. And then during the council of understanding, which was recorded by the county, and I also broadcast it, and so I have a copy of it, that the mediator even corrected Jonathan Sink when he kept saying, even after the vote, or it might have been right before the council of understanding vote, that it had already been established that the county, the state, Raleigh, does not own that statute. That statute was given to the county. And therefore, according to that law, that the county can relocate it by gifting it to a third party. It's theirs. They can do anything they want with it. And I don't know if y'all recall, Stacey Fieldbeck said, we can do anything we want to. But Jonathan Sink kept saying, I stood up because Jonathan Sink going to say, well, there's nothing we can do. The law is the law and all that. So I did my background research on Jonathan Sink. Jonathan Sink is a Neo-Confederate. I looked at his Facebook profile. I looked at the books that he's promoting. And one of those books pushes a pseudo Civil War history, the same pseudo history that those people on the other side out there yesterday was afraid to send one of their own to debate me on that history. And the deputies was going to allow it. They was going to allow one of them and me to meet at center court. Let's talk about it. Let's debate this history. You say this, that, and the other. I know that it says this, that, and the other. Let's have a civil debate about the history. Do y'all know they even gave us a handout of famous Black Confederates that included Frederick Douglass? I got the picture. It's in my pants in the dirty clothes, so I got to remember to get it out. But there's video of it. The guy was out there shooting video, Frederick Douglass. And like I told him yesterday, I don't care how many Black Confederates was in the Confederate Army. I don't care how many Africans sold other Africans into slavery. See, y'all making it about skin color. I'm making it about the issue of slavery. I'm making it about the issue of justice. Just cause you had some Africans participate in the slave trade, just cause you had some Confederates like that man down there in South Carolina, that Black slaver, that don't make slavery right. And it doesn't change my opinion about anything. I condemn those individuals as individuals, along with the rest of the Confederates. So that skin color trying to racially showcase people, that don't work on me. Those little arguments don't work on me, because I have no problem acknowledging that people do evil things no matter what their color, no matter what their religion, no matter what their nationality. Humans have been hurting humans since the dawn of time, okay? But Fieldbeck has escalated this. And I stated, I will climb that statue and bust it up. So we've been to city see, everybody in the county see that Fieldbeck is pulling the fast one. He made it seem like whatever the council of understanding decides, and they voted 7-5 for relocation, and that was what they was gonna do. Now they won't even vote. I heard two commissioners, Ronnie Worley and maybe Kiger, said that the commissioners should just hold a vote. Does it stay or does it go? Do they want to vote? Does Chad Brown want to vote? Does Jack Brown want to be on record with that vote? Does Tracy Fieldbeck want to be on record with that vote? Does Hovis want to be on record with that vote for the Confederacy? See, that's why they try to push it off on the Council of Understanding. Now they're going to try to push it off on voters. This is not a political issue. This is a moral issue. And I will do the moral thing. Now, I have not been broadcasting this out over Black Talk Radio. I have not. I just been keeping it local, created a page on Facebook for our own media that's related to the issues in Gaston County. And I have not posted any of those podcasts to our award-winning platform, Black Talk Radio Network, where I have people who download podcasts or listen to the digital radio station. And sometimes it's been as high as over 180 countries. now Gaston County is finna get international exposure. People have been saying to me behind the scenes, okay, about their concern or concerns of others that they were privy to the conversation that Tracy Fieldbeck and them is making Gaston County look racist. It ain't a matter of looking racist. It is racist. It's ingrained in this county. Now, some of us trying to come together to remove these symbols of racism that have been literally installed into our main institutions in this county. So I believe there's more people that's trying to work together to make our county better. But this ain't no political issue. And see, since we've been peaceful, and we're gonna stay peaceful, but since we've been peaceful, I think Tracy Fieldbeck see that as weakness. Since we have not seen in Gaston County what we've seen in other counties and other states around the nation, the destruction, the chaos in the streets, people getting killed, people getting run over. I think because he hasn't seen that here in Gaston County, even though he uses those talking points to try to put that on the protesters, but he see that as a sign of weakness. Don't be mistaken, son. No, it's not a sign of weakness, okay? I will call for a night of 1,000 hammers, and I will let them deputies know and let everybody know those deputies are not to be harmed. But they can't arrest everybody. If 1,000 people show up with ball-peen hammers, how they gonna arrest everybody? Surely somebody's gonna have time to climb that statue and turn it into rubble. Because everybody see the game that he's played with this issue. Everybody see the sham is over. It's plain to see for everybody that this was a sham for get-go. Jonathan Sink know that statue can be removed, but he's a Neo-Confederate. He used to be in charge of the North Carolina GOP party. He was a political hire as county attorney to be a liaison between the Republicans on our commission and the Republicans in Raleigh. That's why he want to kick it to Raleigh, because they know that Raleigh is not going to give that permission. See, he want to put it off on everybody. Next thing he going to say, well, no, Raleigh wouldn't give us permission and all this and that. See, no, it's not going to go. It's not going to go like how Tracy Fieldbeck wanted it to go. I will now start blasting this out over Black Talk Radio. I will now make it a focus of my very popular podcast, Black Talk Radio News. And if and when the time comes, I can call on people from outside this county to come on in and be peaceful, but bring your hammers though. We ain't looking to destroy the city. We got one target, and that's that Confederate, Neo-Confederate beacon to white supremacy, because we waited months now. We went through the Council of Understanding. That voted in favor of relocation. And look at what he continues to do. So no, justice will not be denied trying to hide by the law, because the law allows for it to be removed. And we shall not be moved. What's going to be moved is that statute. Now, I'm telling you again, Neo-Confederates, the Sons of the Confederate Veterans, and what is it, the United Daughters of the Confederacy, ask Fieldbeck in the council to gift it back to you. And y'all could do a fundraiser, because county taxpayers is not paying to bring it down, because if we pay to bring it down, if the county taxpayer has to pay, it's going in storage. That's what I'm going to recommend and advocate for. So y'all can do this. Y'all can, since y'all say all lives matter, let's keep all the lives in Gaston County safe, okay? Let's do that. So y'all tell Tracy Fieldbeck and the rest of y'all Neo-Confederates, traitors that's on our county commission, to gift it back to you, Daughters of the Confederacy, or gift it to the Sons of the Confederacy. Y'all can go put it on y'all private property. What do y'all not get about community property? No, Jim Crow is dead, son. It's dead. It's in its death throes right now. And we know that that's what y'all trying to preserve. And no, it's not good. You can't preserve it. If you want to preserve your false idol, take it to your private property. It can be done legally, all right? But if Tracy Fieldbeck think that we gonna wait till November, we'll call in people from all over the county to come in peacefully with their ball-peen hammers, not to destroy anything but that monument. Don't attack deputies. Those sheriff deputies are not our enemies, okay? Their lives are being put in danger by Tracy Fieldbeck and Bill Starnes, because Bill Starnes said during one of those council understanding meetings, he don't care about law enforcement. He's like, it's their job to protect property, okay? We've said that, even DeAndre Nixon said on that council meeting, this is a public safety issue. This is dangerous. And Bill Starnes' response was, well, that's what law enforcement get paid to do. I support law enforcement, but that's what they get paid to do. Law enforcement of the county. That man don't care about you. He care more for that stone statue than he care about you making it home to your family. And y'all know, y'all been out there and seen us in action for months. Yeah, talk to us. Y'all know that we don't mean any of y'all any harm, okay? But I'm telling you, these people don't care about you. They don't care. They won't put you out there in a mob of 1,000 people to try to protect a false idol to dead Confederates and white supremacy. How's that caring about your life? They gonna pay you extra for that? When I was in the Gulf War, I got danger pay. Is y'all getting any danger pay out there? Because you certainly are being put in danger. Not by me, but by forces and individuals I can't control. Not that I control anyone, but people seem to care about what I think. So I'm going to start blasting this on Black Talk Radio News, part of the Black Talk Radio Network, so everybody in the country can see who is doing what here. And if we need outside help, now I will call that outside help. I know in the past few days I said we don't need no help. We don't need nobody from outside the county coming to help us. We can handle things on our own. We can handle our own security, okay? And we can handle our own rallies and public expression meetings and all the other events that's being, we don't need nobody help from the outside. But we will call for their help when we need it. That's the key, when we need it. So we're going to plan some more events, going to go back and strategize, but it's time to turn the heat up on these Neo-Confederate commissioners. Not going to be out here arguing in the street with these Neo-Confederates that were standing on the other side, that didn't even have the courage to come debate me on the history of North Carolina and Gaston County history in the Confederacy. You're going to try to use this black man who's obviously a Trump supporter, out there acting like Kanye West and what's her name, Candace Owens. And I found out he lives in Stanley, and I'm gonna apologize to him for referring to him as a houseboy. Because when I called him a houseboy, I wasn't talking to him. I was talking to them Neo-Confederates that was trying to send him out to center court to debate me on the history of Gaston County. No, you don't get to racially showcase that black man against another black man and have us like we arguing over whether this white supremacist beacon should stay or go. I was not there to entertain y'all. If y'all knew y'all history so much, you would have sent one of y'all white males or one of y'all white females, but y'all tried to send the only black dude that was over there with y'all. All right? So I don't have nothing to say to y'all except for y'all better, if y'all really, and I believe some of y'all love that statue, because in your mind, it really does represent some innocent hero who was just protecting North Carolina from invasion. That's not true. How can a state that was fighting a civil war among themselves, how can that be a northern invasion? All them white troops from North Carolina that joined the Union Army or raised regiments here, all those thousands of African Americans that raised up regiments and joined the Union Army, how can you say it was an invasion? Oh, that's the pseudo history that they being taught. Those aren't talking points these people are being given by people like Bill Starnes. But yet Bill Starnes nor Tracy Fieldbeck will debate me one-on-one on nothing. None of them commissioners. I've invited them on to our Gaston County community talk page. They don't want to talk. They want to sit up on Facebook at the beach or at their house and agitate on Facebook, but they won't come on Facebook and debate me on the live. See, these the cowards we dealing with who want to hide behind them deputies, who want to hide behind these Neo-Confederates, who want to hide behind Riley, who want to try to lie to us, even though we know that statute can be removed, and that was established as a fact by the Council of Understanding. Look, y'all, I'm just through. I'm just through with Tracy Fieldbeck and being patient with that man. It is time to turn up the heat, and I will be planning some events to turn up the heat. We ain't got to just be at that courthouse. Y'all know how we do. We in Mount Holly, we in Stanley. We'll go to wherever these commissioners, these Neo-Confederate commissioners live. We know where they live. We know where their community is. So maybe we need to go bring the noise to those communities, all right? Instead of letting Fieldbeck and the rest of them sit in quiet and peace in their little houses while all this chaos out in the street, and they ain't providing no kind of leadership because they caused it. So time to turn up the heat. I'm going to start publishing podcasts to Black Talk Radio Network related to what's going on here in Gaston County. It is time to turn up the heat on the communities of where these commissioners live. And if we have to, we'll call for a night of 1,000 ball-peen hammers, baby, and we'll turn it into rubble. So y'all have been warned. I'm out.